Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, your neighborhood field guide. Oh, well, that's what I've come up with as the moniker for myself. I did a Instagram live this morning, and yeah, that's how I introduced myself. But I hope you tuned in for that on Instagram if you do follow me there. Um, so I'm just at the Ratloko hide. Um, After I went live on Instagram this morning, the power went. I think they had load shedding, and then the reception on the cell tower that's on that side of the park actually then fell away, and I was not able to do this follow up. Uh, YouTube live. So this is me now trying to catch up a little bit. It's about 10:30 now. So 1.5 hours after I did that Instagram live. And yeah, the park's been, well, the first 2 hours were productive. Um, Before even stopping for coffee at the Pilanesberg Center, we got a leopard crossing the road 2 times, and then lions at the intersection of Hippo Loops and Tswene Drive. So in terms of big cats, we had two good big cat sightings. I didn't get a shot of the leopard. I think it was a female leopard, but it could well be a small or a young male leopard that was just crossing the road. Very skittish. So as soon as she crossed and I noticed her, I went to where she crossed, and then she looked back at me and then was off into the bush almost immediately. Um, and I couldn't even wind down the window for a shot. And then she went sort of behind the bush and emerged around the corner from where I was trying to see her. And yeah, I then didn't get to catch her when she crossed for the second time. And then we lost her in the long grass. Um, the lions were a bit more chilled, so got some shots and video of them. It was a big collared female, and then a few juveniles and a few cubs as well. So that was a good sighting, and all before 8 o'clock. We also got hippos and rhino, and I came through to the Ratloko hide hoping to get the elephants, but seems very quiet here. So we'll check them out. Hopefully, somewhere in the park. I'll be in the park just for this morning, so I'll probably leave around lunchtime, 1 o'clock. I came through this morning just to finalize the preparations for a trip I have next week, where I've got 16 people on tour in the Pilanesberg, and yeah, I can't do that drive myself, so I've subcontracted that to oh, some interesting birds going past, or swallows. Yeah, so I've subcontracted that to Cabo Safaris. So I was just meeting with Cabo Safaris this morning to make final arrangements and make sure that everything is in place for next week, and we can do that drive well, without any hassles. So I've got a little friend here with me today. This is a Natal Spurfowl, I think. I'm sure someone's fed her or him, because he's hanging around waiting for a free meal. So yeah, I think this one's a bit habituated, so he knows this parking lot quite well. So yeah, got a few more hours in the park, Great morning already. It's one of those mornings where I wasn't even expecting anything, wasn't even prepared. I had the camera, but, wasn't expecting to see a leopard within a kilometer of entering the gate. I think it would have been 800 meters from the main gate. Um, but yeah, it was a good surprise, or pleasant surprise almost. Um, I'm uh, probably gonna swing past outdoor photo this afternoon. That's why I want to leave the park a little bit earlier. Some plans to switch from Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve, so I need to stop past outdoor photo and just pick up a piece of Blackmagic equipment that then comes free with the DaVinci Resolve, and that's why I want to leave the park a little bit earlier than usual. The rain has left the park a bit wet, so you can see the puddles left, entering the um, hide itself, and a lot of the roads in the park have been left in a similar situation, and a little bit worse for the way. I think um, it's been a bit rough driving in. And then I think one other thing to note is that there are protests at the Manyane Resort and the Bakhatla Resort, which is just a little bit away from where I am at the moment. Um, I think they in like week 4 of the protest at the moment. They haven't been paid, or the staff haven't been paid for December and January, so they have blocked people from entering the resort itself. But I was able to come through into the park with no hassles, and they largely peaceful protests. But I mean, you can't stay over in the resort, so that could be a bit of a problem if you are not planning to just do a day trip like I'm going to be doing today, and I normally do as well. So yeah. Anyway, we'll make our way into the Ratloko hide now. Have a coffee and just see what comes past. I've sat in this hide and had some great sightings of elephant and rhino, especially, and then brown hyena as well, and all the birds that come along as well with the waterhole, and the trees alongside the edge of the waterhole. So yeah, I'm gonna spend the next maybe hour to 90 minutes in the hide, and then start making my way out of the park, probably out of Bakhatla Gate. The roads being in the condition they are, I'm not chancing driving all the way back on those dirt roads. I'm avoiding most of the dirt roads, and yeah, maybe the shortest route will be to exit through Bakhatla and then drive around on the tar roads outside the park. But yeah, thanks for joining my live and watching my live. And we'll catch you on the next adventure. I will give some feedback of how the trip goes next week. Um, yeah, dealing with 16 people is going to be interesting, but hopefully we can keep them happy and give them a good safari here in the Pilanesberg.